Welcome to one and all for this session, Introduction to Hydraulics and Pneumatic System. Myself Mahesh Shajipur, working as a lecturer in Mechanical Engineering Department in Government Polytechnic Karar. So our today's session is Introduction to Hydraulics and Pneumatic System. So these are the different learning outcomes. After completion of this session, the learner will be able to list the types of components in simple oil hydraulic and pneumatic system, sketch the label, general layout of oil hydraulic and pneumatic system, and identify the application of oil hydraulic and pneumatic system. So these are the different learning outcomes. These are the outline of our today's session. First we will study fluid power. After that, general layout and parts used in hydraulics, general layouts and part used in pneumatics, then application of hydraulics and pneumatics, then summary. We can conclude our today's session. So first is fluid power. So fluid power is nothing but the technology which deals with generation, control and the transmission of forces and movement using pressurized fluid in a confined system. So confined system is nothing but your control space or control volume. Whatever the fluid is required, that fluid is nothing but your pressurized fluid is required. So fluid is nothing but again any fluid which is having liquid or gases, that fluid we can consider, and that fluid we require is pressurized fluid. If you use liquid, then it is called as a hydraulics, and if you use gases, then it is called as a pneumatics. This hydraulics and pneumatics, both words are derived from Greek word. Hydra means water and the pneuma means air. So any power we can generate it with the help of fluid, that called as a fluid power. So this is nothing but your fluid power. So in fluid power, this will be there are structure of fluid power operation. There are three important elements is there. Aggregate, which is also called as a power pack, which is supplied to the control elements where we can control our system, and this control elements is provided to the actuator where we can use the actual work, or this work is used for further operation. So first reflection what is there, you have to list out the things which are come under the category of aggregate or power pack or control element and actuator. Wait for a minute and list the different category, list the different things which are come under the category of aggregate, control elements and actuator. List down the things in your notebook. Okay. So first aggregate is nothing but power pack, which is already described. So in power pack we can consider a tank where the oil is stored, or pump and motor which is used for convert the low pressure into high pressure, that is called as a power pack or aggregate. In control elements we can list out the pressure control valve, direction control valve, flow control valve, check valve. So these are the different control elements is provided. So with the help of this control element we can control our system, because if this control elements is not provided, then there are possibility of chances of breakdown is there. So pressure control is used for to check the pressure, direction control is used to check the where the direction is right or wrong, flow control is used to regulate the flow, like that. And in actuator, single acting cylinder and double acting cylinder and rotating actuator is there. Mainly actuator is having two types, linear actuator and rotating actuator. So linear actuator is nothing but your single acting cylinder and double acting cylinder and the rotating actuator. So this actuator we can get the actual work, and this work is used for produce further operation. So this is nothing but your structure of fluid power operation. So this will be the general layout of your hydraulic system. So first is oil tank where oil is stored. This oil is supplied to the filter where any impurities is there, we can filter out these impurities in filter. Then this oil is supplied to the pump and motor, because oil is having low pressure, so we can convert this low pressure into high pressure. For that purpose we have to use pump and motor. So this low pressure oil is converted into high pressure oil. Then after that we can provide this high pressure oil to the pressure regulator where we can regulate the pressure. If more pressure is there, we can regulate with the help of this pressure regulator. So this pressure regulator is used for to check where excess pressure is there or pressure is in our normal work. Then after that, this pressure regulator, low high pressure oil is supplied to the direction control valve, where three possible conditions is there, 1, 2 and 3. One is used for off period, means in ideal condition we can use this operation. Then second is for retardation, and third is for extension purpose, means here this is with the direction control, and after that actuator is there. So in second condition, whatever the high pressure oil is supplied, that will be supplied to the actuator here, and whatever the oil will be stored, that will be the retardation condition. So return oil is supplied from here to the tank. In third position, whatever the oil will be stored, that will be supplied to the here, and then this oil is stored here. So extension operation is possible, and in one operation, this is the ideal operation, whatever the oil will be there, that will be supplied to the again tank. So these are the three possible conditions. One is for off, second is for return, and third is for forward operation. Means in actuator we can produce actual work, and this actual work is used for further operations. Means this operation can be anywhere, can be used for shaping machine, milling machine, drilling machine, like that. So this is the general layout of hydraulic system. So this is a hydraulic system using ISO symbols, because if you have to use this system anywhere, we have to use ISO symbol. So here reservoir is there. From reservoir we can supply this to the filter. Then it is supplied to the pump and motor. Then it is supplied to the pressure regulator, direction control, flow control, and actuators. So these are the basic components. We can study ISO symbols in next lecture also. So this is the general layout of pneumatic system. In pneumatic system, we are already described that we have to use air. So air from atmosphere we have to use. That air we have to compress here with the help of pump and motor. Then this air is supplied to the air dryer, where the any water bubble is there, we can dry out that. Means pure air will be supplied to the system. Then here supplied to the air receiver tank, where the air will be stored, and the whatever the air will be required, that air will only supply. Remaining air we can store in air receiver tank. This air receiver tank, the air supplied to the FRL unit. F stands for filter, R stands for regulator, and air stands for lubricator, where filter is for if some impurities or some water bubble is there, we can filter out in FRL unit. Regulator is for we can regulate the pressure, and lubricator means some application we have to use required lubricator. So with the help of lubricator we can give the lubricator oil to the air. Then it is given to the direction control. In direction control, four options is there: P, T, and A and B. P is for pump port, T is for tank port, A is for extension port, and B is for retardation port. So here pump port is connected to the actuator port. So that air supplied to the flow control, where we can control the flow, and whatever the air will be stored here, we can give the extension operation. This extension operation used for any application like drilling machine, shaping machine, and whatever the air will be stored, that will be supplied to the pump B port to the tank port. So here the actuator is there, and here muffler is used. Muffler is nothing but for use for noise reduction purpose. So these are the general layout of pneumatic system. Only from direction control to the actuator, same as of hydraulic system. Only in pneumatic system we are using air from atmosphere, then air dryer, air receiver tank, and FRL. That means the different part than hydraulic system. So these are the general layout of pneumatic system. So these are the basic component: compressor, and in which pump and motor is used for convert the atmospheric air into the compressed air. Then air dryer, air receiver tank, FRL unit. F means filter, R means regulator, L means lubricator, direction control, flow control, actuator, and muffler. So these are the basic components. Now one replacement part is there. We have to list out the different application of hydraulic and pneumatic system. Wait for a minute. List down the different application in your notebook. we have to categorize in hydraulic and pneumatic system. There are different application is there. You can list out this application. Okay, so these are the different application of hydraulic and pneumatic system. We can use in agricultural, in automobile, where air brake is there. Mean in automobile everywhere we can check the hydraulic and pneumatic application. In material handling we can use in automation purpose, in aviation purpose, in defense purpose, in textile transportation purpose. Machine and pneumatic tools is there. In packing machine also we can use in material handling, mining, medical and dental equipments. So everywhere we can see the hydraulic and pneumatic system. So these are the different application where we can use the hydraulic and pneumatic system. So these are the different figures is there. We have to identify which one is hydraulic application and which one is pneumatic application. So first is JCB. So it is related to automobile. Okay, so these are the agriculture which is hydraulic. Second one is dental and medical equipments, where we can use pneumatic system because we are use compress air in that system because we can't use oil there. And the third one is material handling, where we can use hydraulic system to transfer the material from one place to the another place. And the last one is packing machine, where we can use pneumatic system. So these are the different applications. Okay, so these are the summary. So in this session we are study fluid power. So fluid power is nothing but the combination of hydraulics and pneumatics. So hydraulics we are using pressurized oil, and in pneumatics we are using compressed air. So these are the main important difference between hydraulics and pneumatics. Then we will study the general layouts or parts which is used in hydraulics and pneumatics, and then application of hydraulics and pneumatics. Thank you very much.